G'day, fellas. Welcome back to Streetball AllStars. Alright, guys, today we're going to be visiting the very unique strategy of Allen and Butterball. Let's get into it. Alright, so firstly, let's talk about what this strategy really is and how it works. So basically, what you're going to do is you're going to pick a shooting guard or a point guard that excels at shooting. And what's going to happen is Butterball is going to keep screening that shooter, that scorer, while in the meantime, Allen gives you an alley-oop pass, the point guard that is, or the shooting guard. Allen will do an alley-oop 3 points, and Butterball is going to screen the point guard, and the point guard is going to score. Rinse and repeat that. The point guard or the shooting guard can also actually travel on the 3-point line, and Butterball can just keep on screening, and you just basically do the alley tree or a normal pass. You just switch it up here and there, and that's basically the entire strategy. Alright, so let's talk about the stats that you're actually gonna want to give then. So firstly, we have Allen. So with Allen, you're basically just gonna want to get power. You're gonna want him to actually excel at doing his job, which is rebounding, and giving him max power to actually defend while rebounding is the best way to do that. So yeah, I'd say give Allen power and maybe a few rebound and some speed as well, but yeah, you need to give Allen mostly power. Now moving on, we have Butterball himself. Alright, so with Butterball, what you actually want to give him is either pure speed or pure power. Now I find that pure speed is actually better with this strategy when it comes to scoring, but pure power is actually incredibly effective as well, since it makes Butterball a great defender against dunkers as well. Since 48 power is actually pretty good for a small forward, it's a little higher than others, and giving him more power will make him a pretty good dunk blocker. But yeah, you can either give him pure speed or pure power. You can do a hybrid, but it's not going to be as effective, so I'd say you can choose between pure speed and pure power. I personally just use pure speed more, but yeah, pure power works as well. So yeah, give him either pure power or pure speed. That's what you're gonna want to give Butterball on this strategy. Now here's the thing, because this strategy mainly focuses on just Allen and Butterball, that means your third character could be anyone. Well, anyone that can shoot the 3-point, I'd say. So for an example, here we have Fire King. I'd say he's one of the best examples that you can actually use with this strategy because of how good he is at actually shooting the 3-ball, and he has drift tree as well, which is really effective combined with Butterball's screens. So if you know what you're doing, you're gonna see a lot of success if you use Fire King. Some other characters that you can use too are Jessica. Mary might actually work as well. Black Crow. So yeah, Jessica has dive too, so that's even better. It also works with point guards such as Jackie, Nana, or Lily. Those characters that are really good at actually shooting that ball. It works as well. But yeah, you can use either shooting guards or point guards as your third teammate. It works well regardless, as long as you know what you're doing. The main strategy here is Allen and Butterball. Those are the two main characters that you're gonna want. And for the third character, he just needs to excel at shooting 3-pointers. And I recommend that you do use Fire King. But yeah, any shooting guard or point guard that excels at shooting will do just fine. But yeah, so for example, if you use Fire King, just like any other characters, you're gonna want to actually give them pure 3 points. Okay, you're gonna want to score that as much as possible. So yeah, that's what you're gonna want to give the third teammate of this strategy. So yeah, again, The strategy is just going to be Allen giving alley-oop 3 points or normal passes, the shooting guard or the point guard shooting the alley-oop, or holding it and then just traveling a little bit on the 3-point line, with butterballs constantly giving screens. That is the entire strat, and you just rinse and repeat that strategy. So anyways, let's go ahead and look into a match where we actually use this strategy, and we'll talk about this strategy a little bit more. Alright, so firstly, let's talk about the matchups that you're gonna want to get with this strategy, and honestly, it's a pretty good spread, whether you face dunkers or face shooters, as long as they actually struggle with defending you because of butterball screens, and as long as the butterball actually knows how to screen effectively, you should do pretty well. You should be able to actually battle those kinds of people, those players. You should have a decent time against them. If there's any specific characters that you're going to want to avoid, I'd say it's Nikolai, definitely Nikolai, maybe Alto, maybe Ranger. You're going to want to avoid them as well. Natalie might give you a problem, the new character Taylor might give you a problem as well, but yeah, it's mostly Nikolai, Ranger, and Alto, especially Nikolai. Maybe Rika too, I don't really think so, but yeah. Nikolai is your main concern, with Ranger and Alto being your second main concern. Now, let's talk about the difficulty of this strategy, and I'm not gonna lie, it's actually pretty difficult, especially if the players doing it are not used to actually timing the alley-oop itself, timing the screen itself, and if the shooter doesn't actually know or is not used to actually shooting those, alley-oop trees or just moving in general effectively, it does take a lot of time and practice. It's not really the easiest strategy to do, but once you do learn how to actually do the strat, it's going to be fairly effective and you're gonna have an easier time. So with this, I'd say do use it a good amount. Get used to it because it is pretty tricky to actually get the hang of using this strategy, but once you do, it's going to be very effective and you're gonna have a lot of fun because you're gonna be shooting a lot of 3-pointers. Finally, let's talk about meta. So how does the Allen and Butterball strategy place against the meta? How do they do against these meta characters? And to tell you the truth, I'd say it's actually pretty well. The thing is, this strategy isn't really used that often. It's not really a strategy that you see that much, since dunkers are just, doing everything right now. They're the most effective strategy. But if you do actually use this strategy, it can be very effective as long as you know what you're doing. They can actually counter, well, not really counter, but they can go up against meta. I'd say as long as you know what you're doing, you can be very, and I mean very effective against this meta as well, against dunkers, against cheesy shooters. As long as you know what you're doing with this strategy, you can do very well. You can actually go up against those meta characters as well. So yeah, I'm ranking this on the meta scale a good. I'd say you can do very well against other characters as long as you know how to use the Butterball and Allen strategy effectively. Also guys, I just forgot to mention another character that you might want to actually avoid is Robbie, maybe with his speed and his anti-screen ability, or more specifically Elise. Yeah, Elise might be a big problem for this, but as long as you're not shooting randomly, as long as you actually predict if Elise is gonna dash towards you, you should be fine. You still should be very effective with this strategy. So anyways guys, that's it for this video. I really hope that it's been helpful. I hope that you found the information here helpful to you guys, and I hope it's been entertaining somehow. Anyways, Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.